term employee relations is also used to highlight the efforts a company or the HR department makes, okay, to manage that relationship. So it also refers to the effort that the HR and the management makes in order to manage a good relationship with its employees. Okay, so these efforts are usually formalized in an employee relations policy or program. So here, employee relations is not just going to be a matter of discussion that how it should be, okay, but here we also formalize it by formulating a employee relations policy. So that is going to be a it has to be a mantra for every organization. So it's not necessary all organizations build an employee relations policy, but generally good organizations who focus more on satisfied employees, okay, they will formulate an employee relations policy because they want every person who joins the company to follow that kind of an employee relations in order to build a healthy work environment. Okay. Employee relation examples. Okay, so examples of different issues that may arise and which should be tackled accordingly. So there are certain instances that take place in a company because of bad employee relations. Okay, so one is having excessive unplanned absence from work. So people who stay on leave regularly, a lot of employees, okay, they are absent in a company most of the time. So that could be because there is no healthy relationship, there is no good relationship between the management and the employees. Okay, so if there is a good relationship, if people love coming to work, if they love coming to the managers they have, then what happens? The absenteeism rate is lower. Okay, watch sexually explicit material via the company internet. Okay, so what happens if there is no fear, if there is no discipline in the organization or the company, then what happens? People, they get engaged in their personal interest. Okay, so they do not maintain the company decorum. Okay, so they engage themselves in personal interest. Okay, show little to no respect when speaking to their superiors. So this is again the workplace discipline or the environment or the work culture that you can say. So if there is no proper employee relationship between the management and the employees, then we will notice in their behavior, right? So they will give no respect while talking to their seniors, get into disputes with co-workers, okay, are always late for meetings. So these are the different situations that you will see if there is no proper discipline in the office or there's no proper employee relationship, okay, between the management and the co-workers. So gossiping all the time, having personal hygiene problems that become an issue, violate safety rules, they don't communicate to management what they are doing, okay, have insufficient problem solving skills, they want to work from home but don't seem to be reachable, okay, seem to have a substance abuse problem like using intoxicated things, and keep their office space or desk messy, call the women in the office things like sweetie and darling. So all these are all disciplinary issues. So a healthy work environment is created when management involves themselves continuously with the employees. So it is like taking care of the employees, okay, to ensure a healthy work culture and environment. So if the employee relations goes wrong, these perceptions, whether or not accurate, have been found to reduce employees. So there is reduced level of trust among the employees and the management. So they have very less trust for their employer. Okay, there is no job satisfaction. There are intentions to their intentions to remain with the organization is very low, and there is sense of obligation in role and extra role performance. So their performance also is generally very low as expected. Okay. employee relations best practices. So how can you ensure good employee relation with your employees? So there should be honest communication. So when we talk about transparency, you would have heard about transparency, right? Transparency among the management and the employees. So if there is honest communication about business strategies, about business plans, then what happens? A sense of trust and faithfulness, loyalty remains, right? Then get your team behind the vision. Again, the transparency thing, telling them that what is the objective, what is the goal, okay? Trusting your juniors. So if the management shows trust in the employees, then the employees tend to stick around for a longer period of time. Okay, if you recognize their abilities, if you recognize their work, appreciate them in front of people, then their confidence level goes up, right? You're encouraging their work. So they are satisfied employees. If you invest in your people in, taking them out maybe, okay, once in a while, engaging them and training them. Okay, so investing in your people. So there what happens? Loyalty and faithfulness towards the company remains. And you reduce favoritism. So if you treat people in fairly, you treat people equally, then what happens? People, they see that there is a chance for everyone to grow in the company. So these are the benefits of having good employee relations in a company. Okay. So what are the kind of employee relation policy that we can build? There are probably as many employee relations policy examples in companies. However, they have few things in common. Okay, so non-exhaustive list, that means there we can go on and on, we can build our own because it is a subjective thing, right? And it depends from, from company to company, what kind of culture or what kind of work environment they want to build. So depending on that, depending on their vision, you can go on building the employee relations policy. But these are a few of them which we can think about. So an introduction about the company and why it needs an employee relation policy. You're introducing your company to the employees and emphasizing the need of employee relations policy. Okay, the company's guiding principle in creating its employee relations. A section on compliance. So compliance is if you do these things, then it might result in these punishable acts. Okay, so if we outline all these things, like if we build a policy, like if you're watching sites, internet sites, if you're visiting internet sites, certain internet sites in the office, then you will be subject to such compliance or certain disciplinary areas. Okay, so if we put all these policies in place, then what happens? That they will be serious about it, they will not do it, right? So from the first itself, you are creating a guideline which says that please restrict yourself from involving in all these things so that you don't get exposed to any kind of disciplinary issues. So do not be late to office continuously for more than 3 times. Okay, so all these guidelines, if they are outlined in the first place itself, then what happens? People, they are serious about it and they understand that the work culture of this company is this. Okay, so we should not be violating all these policies. So if we are violating such policies, then disciplinary action will be taken against us. So such a section of compliance has to be introduced. Okay, a section on collective negotiations and industrial relations. So collective negotiation means what? If any kind of dispute happens between the employees, then what happens? You should tell them that if there is any kind of dispute, whom to approach. Okay, if there is any kind of issues, any fights, or anything that you get involved in, whom you should approach and what is the policy for that. So explaining all the guidelines about all these things also creates, then that also becomes an employee relations policy, which will help you in creating a healthy work culture. Okay, a section on disciplinary actions, like I said, continuous leaves, what will it lead to? If you get engaged in affairs within the organization, what will it lead to? So outlining all these disciplinary things will help you create a healthy work culture. Okay, so we are just okay. So these are the few things, okay, that I wanted to mention about employee relations. So we quickly finished it. If you have any questions in employee relations, you can ask me. So employee relations is a very small topic. It's just a basic concept wherein we are trying to define rules and guidelines, okay, in order to ensure that we have a healthy relation with the employees, the management and the employees. Okay, it's just a guideline that we are supposed to outline for all its employees. So I told you what are the benefits if we have a good employee relation, right? So they will trust the management. They will, job satisfaction level is higher. Okay, absenteeism is lower. They will communicate frequently. Okay, you can identify problems sooner than expected. Okay, so it builds a good work environment. So employee relations is one of the major tasks of HR. Okay. I'm sorry I had to run through it very quickly because we were running out of time. But it was a short slide, so I thought I'll finish it today only. I don't want to carry it forward till tomorrow. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. It's a simple concept, I know. Do you have any questions? Any of you? No? Okay, so tomorrow we will start with another concept of strategic HR. Okay, I will let you know. I will send you the schedule and the recording of today along with the slides. Okay, so you can do a bit of reading if you want. But these are some concepts that I would want you to understand when it comes to strategic HR. Okay, only if you understand your employees, you will be able to resolve conflicts in the workplace. Okay, so that is called employee relations. Okay. Fine, guys. So I will see you tomorrow. On Wednesday then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.
You too.
You too, ma'am.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.